What's up? What's up? What's up? Good afternoon. So, this is post midweek check-in. Let me just turn this down. I got some meditation music in the background. Salute to Noni. See him in the building. Just getting myself together. All right, give some time to come through. Let me just light this Palo Santos up. Salute to everybody. The new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are more than appreciated. Okay, so lighting the Palo Santos up. Let me clear out the cards because I didn't get to do that. All right, so this is midweek check-in. We're going to be checking for health, finance, and romance. For the week or however, time is fluid, so it doesn't matter. It could be this week, it could be next week. And so if you're getting this message, then that's the right time for you. So don't worry about the actual time frame, or rather the specific time. It's the time frame. All right. Also remember that masculine and feminine energy resides in us both. So if you see a card that has a masculine and your feminine reading, or your woman reading that, it is what it is. It's not that, it's meaning that you're a wuss or simp or whatever the terms are. Let me fix myself here. All right. It just means that that's the energy, right? Because we both have that in us, the masculine, feminine. So you take it out how it resonates with you. And also remember that it is a general reading. So that means that it's not specifically to you. Please don't try to make that fit into your narrative. All you're going to do is get yourself upset. Yes. All right. So let's go without further ado. Let me just pull out some of the cards because, again, I'm coming off on the fly. And didn't really get to clean out and clear out the cards. All right, so we're using the Cairo, whatever, CO Lux card deck here for health and finance. To clarify, we're going to be using the Sears deck. And also for romance, it's the Angel Romance Tarot, or Angel Romance Oracle, excuse me, and the Little Love Oracle with a bigger oracle, Soul Connections for romance. All right. What else did I want to announce? Anybody wants personal readings, you can look into the tab there or go into my About section and find out how you can book a personal reading through my website. And if anybody's interested, they can do that. Again, my suggestion would be, if you're not familiar with getting a reading done, you should probably go with either the yes or no or the one oracle, just so you can kind of get your feet wet and feel the energy of, if you're interested in doing readings, because then you can book a 5-card spread with me, which gets a little more in detailed with pretty much anything, either romance, finance. Sometimes deceased loved ones come over. Not that I channel them, but they like to come over and give a message, or let you know that they are with you. So, and they're with you in the process, whatever you're going through. That's probably why they're showing up. All right. What else? Also, we are in the excuse me. We're kind of reading down off of a full moon that we just had yesterday in Capricorn. All right. So Capricorn is the father sign and Cancer is the mother sign to the zodiac. So if you're feeling a little more balanced, because Cancer season, it was becoming a little more one-sided. It was definitely on this feminine energy where it's a lot of emotions going on. Because Cancers, that's their nature, is to be emotional, whether it's sad, crying, or emotional, like very happy, nostalgic. All right. So, emotions can fluctuate in different ranges. But with Capricorn, it's that more disciplined. It's the more, we're not going to get into our feelings right now. It's the more logic, Capricorn is an earth sign, so it's about grounding. So it's this perfect harmony of water and earth combining together. So we should be feeling a little bit more better as the days progress, because we had this full moon. Cancers are ruled by the moon. So again, there's this emotion going through, this weighing back and forth. Lotus is in the building. Yay! Salute, Lotus. So there's this weighing back and forth with the moon, but we have Capricorn as its, or if you do Vedic or Western, I don't try to get hung up on the different astrologies, because I understand in certain places of the world it's Sagittarius full moon, and other places it's the Capricorn. But because I live here in America, for us it's the full moon in Capricorn. And Capricorn, again, is that earth sign. They are the fathers of the zodiac, and Cancers are the mother of the zodiac. So while mom was getting all emotional and getting riled up, Pop came in to be like, all right, let's rectify this. Let's balance this out together. So you could be seeing a little more harmony in relationships, a little more, or in relationships in general, not just romantic, but more harmony with each other. There's this kind of like simmering, even though the world is kind of going in an uproar. Intimately speaking, there's this kind of settling. There's this communicate. There's this dialogue where somebody can understand. It's not so much coming from an emotional level. It's coming from this logic where you can bring the two together and merge them or marry them together. And there's this understanding. So that's the full moon. We also have some other big planets. So we have like 3 or 4 planets right now that are in retrograde. Retrograde, again, just means that the planets may appear to be looking backwards or moving backwards. They're really just kind of like standing still while we're moving forward. So there's certain things in life now. If you're doing a Saturn retrograde, that has to deal with expansion. Pluto is about karma. So we got a Pluto retrograde, we got a Saturn retrograde, and we got a Neptune retrograde. Neptune is about the illusions. It's that Piscean energy. Pluto is about death, karma. All right. So on a larger scale, we're seeing a lot of these activities play out with, one thing that's is hitting me that keeps blurting in my head is Sri Lanka right now, in India. And they're going through an up. So pay attention to Sri Lanka, guys, because that's going to happen more, I feel. And they're going to try to do this. I don't know if they can do that here in the States on that kind of level, but pay attention because that's a telltale sign of how certain governments are going to be looking. Again, I don't want to come out with the fear mongering, and I'm not on the fear campaign, but I am about having foresight. I'm also going to show you really quickly because, revelation just keeps coming and coming to me. And it's making me like kind of sick to my stomach because I'm like, damn, so that Aries reading that we did 2 weeks ago back in June, and I came on the last a couple of days ago and talked about the guide stones. Now I could have been reaching, right? I was saying, that might be. But what I specifically said was there's going to be flooding coming from the Gulf region of the states, like Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, right? And I also said East Coast and West Coast brush fires. So lo and behold, I don't know if y'all can see this, but come Friday, the Gulf handle is going to be hit with torrential downpour and rain. Also, lo and behold, on the West Coast, there is the Seminole trees that are on fire right now. All right. And that was 2 days ago. And the flooding or the storm that's supposed to be hitting the Gulf is coming due tomorrow. So that's what I was picking up with that Aries particularly. Now, I kind of reached it with the guide stones, but I want to say certain things that happen are like revelations for things to, it's like a domino effect. So that happened, if you want to say Mother Nature did that, fine. But when I did the I was like, let me look up if there's any storms, because I want to see if what I was saying, if that is going to happen, if that's happening. And sure enough, yeah, we got the floods coming in, hitting New Orleans, Alabama, going into Jacksonville, hitting up Charlotte, hitting up Georgia, and then this wild brush fire is in it's hitting the sequoia trees or the Seminole in that area, and that's the West Coast. And I said West Coast, East Coast. So, you know, you could take it how you want to take it. I'm just the messenger, and if it's my duty to pass the message along, then we just, you take it how you need to take it, and then you keep it moving. So I needed to bring that to our attention. That stuff, sure enough, I was like, what? It made my stomach sick, because I was like, oh my God. Like I couldn't figure out what was going to happen, what was happening. And I kind of thought it was the Georgia Guidestones. And that was kind of, like I said, it could be reaching. But here are the real true predictions. It's the storm and the fires out in California. So, all right. So with that all being said, you guys can do your research and figure out, where these with these retrogrades, see how that plays out in your chart. All right, because if you got a lot of if you have any Saturn in your chart, if you have Pluto in your chart, and especially in big major placements in the houses, we talked about houses before. I'm not really going to go into that today. You need to know how that's going to affect you. All right. Business wise, you got to figure out how that looks as well. We're in the year of the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac, the year of the tiger. I believe it's the fire tiger. So some signs might prevail better this year than others. All right. So how you find out what zodiac sign you are in the Chinese zodiac is by the year you were born. They go by the year. All right. So if you're the tiger, then you would definitely be doing pretty good this year. And other honorable signs are the ox, I believe. The dragon's kind of like hit or miss. Like there's certain months that are good for some of the signs. Some signs are just not going to do well this year. That's according to the Chinese zodiac, not the Western or Vedic astrology, which I haven't gotten into that one. It's just too much. All right. So yeah, it's good to know, because then you can, Empress showed up twice. Okay. So it's good to know what how the planet alignments work in your life. Now, if you're not into that stuff, fine. I can't convince you. I can't twist your arm to make it make sense for you. It's just something, either you're in it or you're not. Wow, the Copper Aura's in the building. Salute, Kenny Pooh is here. Yay, Kenny Pooh. I like that name. So cute. So cute. Okay, so I'm just shuffling. You haven't missed anything yet. I haven't done the cards just yet. I'm just shuffling. I'm giving us a little recap, rather, of what the planet alignments are. We just had this. We're still kind of in the Capricorn full moon. It's a super full moon, so that energy is really charged up. Okay. It's a perfect time for certain cycles to end. Remember, it's Capricorn, so it's very because Capricorns are kind of stubborn. So it's pretty much, this is the way it's going to go, and that's it. And you got Cancer coming in with the emotions and the feelings. So it's really logic over emotions at the moment, but it balances itself out because it's mother and father. So you got the two together. You're going to start feeling a different, kind of energy, where one is where you might have been a little more emotional, triggers and stuff. Capricorn is here to take us out of that feeling, to get us out of the triggers, and be realistic. All right. So let's go ahead and just shuffling really quickly. And I wasn't able to come in on Wednesday, but generally Wednesdays are the midweek check-ins for the readings or the all signs, so you can check me out. I might have to change the time frame because now school is out. So, but generally Wednesdays are the days to come in. The Fool card, so Aquarius just showed up. All right, so let's kick it in to doing the health, finance, and romance. But right now I'm going to do health first. All right, so we're doing health. All right, so this is collective for everybody. It's not specifically for anybody, but if it is for somebody, then that's your reading. Okay, so let's see, that's too many. So what does the collective need to know for, I want to say December. That is Capricorn, December. Okay, so for July 14th, you could be a Capricorn moon, so this could be your message. Pay attention. All right. What is it for health, please? All right. So multiple cards want to show up. I'll take them. We'll do that. All right. We got the Hangman, Pisces, and we got bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. All right. So this is for health. So Two of Wands and the Three of Wands showed up. So this is that fire energy. All right. We're coming up into a fire sign, which is Leo next. So for health, I'm getting more mental health. This one. This is not really so much the physical health here. Yeah, with the swords, this is all about mental. So somebody could be, all right, somebody could be leaving a mental health clinic or mental health facility, a mental hospital. All right. And if that's the case, family, try to be there for them, be supportive. All right, because they're kind of like out on their own. They're out on a limb. And they need some family support. All right. This person could be like recently being let out of the hospital or out of a clinic. Okay. So just trying to figure out the direction and where they need to go. This could be a father figure, all right, or an uncle or grandfather. So this could be taking a grandfather out of a nursing home. Somebody has some kind of mental, either they were having a mental breakdown or this could be some dementia, but there's some kind of mental, this is mental health more than physical health. So this could be an older person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man. This could be a maternal, but because this is a masculine card here, this could be a grandfather, uncle, father figure, an older brother, all right, or an older cousin. This is somebody that's a little bit older than you, but they are coming from or being released, all right, or maybe they're coming out of a mental depression. Okay, so yeah, and we have the three of coins here underneath the king. So they could have had a mental breakdown or a burnout at work. All right, so if this is you, collective, we're going to clarify to see what kind of advice or what have you, because I'm getting that you might be feeling alone and abandoned as nobody's around. That kind of happens when you have like these mental breakdowns or situations where it's more internally than externally. So people won't know that there's something mentally wrong with you because you could be carrying yourself around here like I'm good. Right? The King of Swords is not letting anybody see them sweat, but they're carrying a lot. That's what I'm saying. This Cancer season is carrying a lot of emotions, but we got Capricorn to come in and shake that up and get us standing back on our square. All right. So let's clarify a little bit more. So you could have had a burnout at work. All right. Maybe needed to have that mental health day or a vacation so you can clear your mental. Big Cat is in the building. Big Cat. Okay, working hard. I know it. All right. So Big Cat, this is like that fire energy. So Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. All right. This is specifically for Leo's, the fire energy. All right. So having that time alone or, seeking vacation. You could be having a burnout at work. All right, trying to figure things out. You're the pillar. Again, like I said, this could be grandfather, or if this is a masculine, if this is a male collective, you could be holding in all this stuff, being stoic and not letting anybody see you sweat, but you're falling apart inside mentally. All right. Like I said, somebody's working hard at work. You could be the one doing the work by yourself, overworked. All right. Yeah. We got the 9 of coins right underneath that. So definitely this is somebody who's working, or if you're not working like in a traditional setting, like in a facility, and you're your own person, you're taking on a lot. You're doing a lot of work by yourself. So this can definitely cause somebody to tweak out a little bit. Hey, we're only human at the end of the day, right? So let's clarify a little bit more. Let's see what's here. Let's get some advice. Clarify and some advice. So you could also, another way to kind of help you in this kind of mental distress is getting out by the water, or you may need to take this break and do like a new adventure. Yeah, and we got the moon here. So this is definitely happening right now because we got this moon closing out on this full moon. All right. So, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, or Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, specifically. If I'm going by signs, this is who it's targeting. Or you could be a Capricorn moon, or a Cancer moon, or a Cancer sun. All right. So what else is here, please? We got the Tower, so we got more water energy, and the Page of Cups, bottom of the deck. All right. So this is, yes. So somebody could have, all right, on a physical level, somebody could have a stroke. That's what I'm saying. This could be a grandfather figure that might have had to come out of rehab. All right, because I'm getting like some type of brain aneurysm. Disclaimer, I am not a medical professional. All right, but I get spiritual downloads. So you take it how you want to take it. All right, we got the Page of Cups here and the Ace of Cups. 2 of Cups right underneath that. Gee whiz. Oh my goodness. Look at all this water sign here. Cancers, Pisces, Scorpio. Water signs are definitely getting bombarded this season. All right. Because the water signs have been at me. And I'm a water sign. I'm a Cancer. But Pisces, Pisces, y'all better get me something real nice for my birthday dealing with y'all folks. We got Gemini underneath all that. And then we got Cancer again, Chariot. So this could be a partner who is feeling, having a mental, maybe needing to get away. All right. And them not feeling like their partner is supportive or family supportive. Again, feeling isolated, feeling alone, feeling like I don't have anybody around me. All right. But this cycle is coming to an end. It's just going to take a little longer. All right. This is Scorpio energy here. The Tower moment happens really fast, but this could be an onset. This could be something that started. Because we got Aquarius here. This could have started in Gemini season. And now it's like full on, I'm having a mental break. Or there's an elderly who had some kind of, they're either coming out of a physical therapy or nursing home or some type of, or could be coming from a mental health clinic. All right. But it's the energy, because it's really like, it's this energy is very strong. So even the strongest person is going to break. The strongest person mentally, because there's a lot going against you. And if you're working hard, diligently, all right, just working on getting your money, getting your coins together. Yeah, we got the Knight of Cups here. So this water energy, now Gemini was getting us real spicy. However, Cancer, because it's Gemini, Taurus, No, it's Taurus, Gemini, and then Cancer. It's just picking up. Gemini started it, and the snowball is here with this Cancer. So now we got this big plume of energy that is exploding, and some people can't handle it. Some people are really having some type of mental, you know, I don't want to completely say breakdown, but this can burn somebody out. All right, even the strongest, even the physically and the really mentally strong. If you're working and you're going and you're going and you're constantly going, eventually you're going to burn yourself out. Okay, but know that this is, it's going to subside. It's going to take a while though. All right, because we still got Leo next, and Leo is that fire energy. So while we got the snowball effect, we're going to have the fire come down and burn it all down. That's another type of energy that's powerful. Water and fire are they're purification elements, but they're powerful. Think about tsunamis and think about a fire. It will burn stuff down. A water will demolish towns. Not so much tornadoes. Yes, the wind. I don't want to take away from the elements, but I'm saying if we're going to talk powerful, water and fire are very powerful energies. They could drown you or burn you out, is what I'm saying. So we still got Leo energy coming in. So hold tight, because this energy is going to be here, but try to find some outlets, some ways to work around that, either going out to the beach, maybe taking a mini vacation if you can. If you can't, I'm getting creative writing, or somebody doing journaling, or just writing out their things. And if this is somebody that is an elder, parent, father, grandfather, uncle, try to be there for this person, because they feel that they are isolated. If they're going through some type of dementia, they really don't know who and what's going on. So if you can, try to be there as best as possible. All right. So that's for health. Let's move on to your finance. All right, I'm going to put that there. All right. So let's move on to finance. Who's in the building? Ooh, Pink Sugar's in the building. Salute to my sister. Wow, Kenny Pooh. Okay, so you could take that as kind of confirmation that what you were feeling, what you're seeing, then that's what's happening. But as much as some of our parents might be a pain in the ass, there are parents nonetheless, and if they're older and they're going through their cycle of life, we want to try to be there as much as we can. I know we have our lives and we have things to do. Listen, I'm talking to you guys because I was going through it. My dad's the Pisces, and he was definitely in crisis mode for the past couple of weeks, and I was just like, Pisces, you killing me. All right, so let's move on to finances now. All right, for finance, we got the four of this is the four of coins showing up in the middle of the deck. All right, so this is holding on to that money, fire energy, earth. All right, Taurus, Capricorn. So if so Capricorn was the full moon, that brings in the currency. You want to hold on to the money that you have. You want to try not to spend too much. However, if you need to take a little mental health break, look at the finances, see if you can do it. All right. You might need that. Sometimes it's a sacrifice just for your own sanity. All right. Okay, so let's move forward. What's up, Jay? Thank you for stopping in. We were up late. You left us. I think me and Devno was out like for another 2 hours after you left us. We're chopping it up, boy. Got gems. I got financial gems from that man. I thank him. All right, so let's see what's going on for finances. Woo! All right. We'll take these two cards. All right, so we got the victory here right in the middle of the deck. I love it. So yeah, if you're doing the hard work, unfortunately, it's a price to pay. As they say, it pays to be the boss, or it costs to be the boss. So while yes, you're working hard and diligent and getting this, as they say, bag, you're going to burn yourself out because you're really grinding so hard. But nonetheless, you're still good at it. Your money's still looking good. And we got the Hermit card here. So Virgo, bottom of the deck. All right. So your two cards were Death and the Two of Swords. So Death and the Two of Swords. All right. So Death is that also is Scorpio energy. And then the Two of Swords here. So we got Aquarius, Virgo, Gemini, Libra. So there's this decision that needs to be made in regards to this finance. I'm getting somebody, again, may have to leave work, or they're still considering to leaving their job. Tough decision. I'm getting legal as well, or paralegal is what I'm hearing, paralegal. So you could be a paralegal where that position is just not it for you. There could be a lawsuit in regards to an elder. If there was this type of nursing home, or if they're coming, I'm getting malpractice. All right. So if there was a mental health issue, and where's that card? And there might have been some type of aneurysm, or some type of, because that's what I'm getting, that affected the brain. There could be this malpractice. All right. There's a wrongful suit for this death. Okay. What else do we have here? We got the Queen of Wands, and then we got the Devil here. Yeah, so there could have been so we got the Hermit card right underneath, bottom of the deck. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse, and then we got the Devil card. All right, Capricorn. So somebody, all right. Why do I do not want to be the bearer of bad news? Why do y'all do this to me? They really, these spirits, ancestors really kicking, like they're kicking my butt. Like, there's no more of these cards. Like, you're going to tell the truth. You're going to go out there and you're going to give some warnings. I'm like, I don't want to. Capricorn, the Devil is the Capricorn card. So there could have been, between these past 3 days or the next 3 days, there could be a wrongful death of an elderly who went into either a rehab, mental health hospital, or a nursing home. All right. So obviously that's finance. You have to look for a lawyer. That's why I said paralegal. I heard paralegal. All right. I think they're the people that you get before you can like actually get a lawyer. I'm not savvy in that, so you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But this is what I'm getting. All right. Some type of wrongful death, malpractice lawsuit. All right. If that's not the case, then this is somebody wanting to transition from their job because it's become so much. They see, listen, I'm not going to die on this job. Like, this is not going to kill me. I'm going to make the decision. It's going to be a rough one. That's why the Four of Pentacles showed up. You may have to make this. I got to hold whatever I have in my savings because I'm going to leave the job. Right? Sometimes we tell people it's best to have another job lined up before you leave the job that you're in. However, if this is causing you on the brink of mental breakdown, you're going to have to make that head over heart decision. Look at your finances. And now is going to be the time where you're going to really have to save. Because if it's coming to the point where it's really distressing you mentally, you're going to be taken out one way or another. And I'm not talking about death. God, if you will, has a certain way of doing things which will take you right out of that situation, and not by you wanting to either. It could be because that's for your own good. I'm going to remove you from this situation. So you could be removed from a job in another kind of way, not by your doing. So you're going to have to make this head over heart decision. All right. And again, we're in Capricorn, that Capricorn full moon. So this is that logical thinking. It's the earth energy. It's getting grounded, getting serious. Pentacles are also Capricorn, Taurus energy as well. It's that grounding. So you're going to have to get serious. Like, is you getting all this money really mean? Listen, if you don't have your health, how are you going to work? Right. So it's making that decision of, I'm really going to have to leave this place. And it could be, there could, it could be some money there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the job is really good with this queen here. You could be in a boss position, a managerial position, supervisor position, or you're your own boss or business partner. You're going to have to take a little break from that job or what it is that you're doing. If you're your own business person or your own boss, you might have to shut things down for just a little while so you can take a break. Because what I'm getting is somebody's going very extreme. They're going really hard on their job, their work. They're all about getting money, and I understand that, and we need that. But listen, if your mental's not there and your body starts to break down, all that money that you did is not good. It's good for the other people around you, but for you, you're not going to see the benefits of it, because you're going to be in a hospital somewhere doing therapy. All right. I don't know. So let's clarify a little bit. Jay, paralegals do the work and research. Okay, thank you, Lotus. Yeah, see, that's to be alone, then be bad company. My mom says that too. We could do bad by ourselves, but you don't want to get to the extreme of you're doing so much work and now you can't even mentally focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had that situation. That's why I'm speaking from experience, because the job that I was in was very a high level stress area, and it's in the hospital. And I couldn't deal with that department anymore. I was trying to find a way to get out and move and put resumes in this department or look in this job, and nothing was budging. My body started to break down, and I didn't understand. The doctors couldn't figure out how this was happening, what was going on. And eventually I had to come out of that job. And it wasn't because I wanted to, because I was trying to look for work. It was God was like, boop, I'm going to take you out of that. Because we can't say that the devil makes us do things, because some people like to say that. I don't. The devil doesn't make me do it. It's God's testing you. And that's how we should look at it. Everything's always a test. It's not about this evil, the devil, you want to blame somebody else. These are tests that we have to do in life. So you're being tested right now, collective. It's do you really want to go so hard with your money because you feel you need this money? And yes, you may think you do. And yes, we may feel like we need it. But if you start to lose it and then your body starts to break down, what's all that hard work that you're doing? You know what I'm saying? So let's clarify a little bit more. All right. But if this is a wrongful death or malpractice, all right, yes, it is going to be somebody like paralegal who has to do all the research right before they get to the lawyer. What's the other one that is not a paralegal? Are the paralegals the ones that don't get paid? Who's the other ones that don't get paid? Not get paid like that, but it may be a paralegal. I'm not savvy with that. I am, but I'm not. My brain can't think like that right now. All right, so let's see what's going on here with this death. Yeah, this is like illness. I don't like this reading too much, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like this. It's not because it's not. It can affect your finances, obviously, if something really severe happens. But I'm getting like this kind of, all this back here is like, I'm kind of not like liking this message. So it's not a really nice message financially, only not, and not in that respect, like, oh, I'm not going to have money, but this is some real, like, this is a loved one that you've probably entrusted into a nursing home or some type of rehab, and there's neglect on your family member. All right, because I said in the health, this person could be coming out of the rehab or coming out of a facility, and during this Capricorn moon, so if they're not coming out of it, they could have transitioned during this full moon season. What else, please? Yeah. Yeah. So this is a death, guys. This is literally a death. The death card does mean literal death, but it also means transitions, rebirth. But I'm getting, this is a literal death. We got judgment here. So this could be a wrongful suit. Bottom of the deck, this is a wrongful suit that's going to have to happen. There's going to be this judgment here. Because the cards to come out to clarify was the moon card in reverse and temperance. All right. Know that, I'm about to cry. Know that whoever it was that transitioned, it was their time. Even if it looks like it was wrong, and still go for that, pursue that legal matter. But know that it was their time. And as hard as it is to rationalize you having a family member in care of somebody else and they neglect that family member, it is hard. But I want you guys to know that it was their time. So they definitely could have transitioned during this full moon in Capricorn or in Cancer season. They were ushered. So I can't even talk. So they were with their angel and they were brought to where they needed to be. All right. So yeah, this is right underneath that is Cancer, 7 of Cups. So somebody could have transitioned already the beginning of Cancer season, or it happened during this full moon, or it's going to happen because we're still in this kind of Capricorn full moon energy. Lotus, listen, that it's very touching. But thank you. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to romance. Even though who's thinking about romance at that point? Hold on. Let me clear this air for a second. Let me clear this air for a second, guys. My heart is racing. Okay, these messages have become very more intense lately for me, in even my own readings, where they're challenging me to really like see shit that I'm like not. If I'm not ready, it's like we don't. It's not that they don't care that I'm not ready, but it's like if you're not ready, we're gonna just show it to you anyway. All right, let's go. They're like, you know, You had your training wheels long enough. Now it's time to get up with the big boys. I'm like, I'm not ready to be with the big boys. I'm not ready. Oh, yeah. Is that's probably how who was it that's in the Bible that was like, nah. Maybe it was Moses, or was it Noah? One of them that was like, nah. Moses. What? All right. So now we're moving on to romance or matters of the heart, love. But I did say, if this is a family member that's coming out of some type of drug rehab or some type of mental health, try to be as supportive for this family member as possible. This might be even your spouse. All right. It's definitely hard to deal with somebody who physically can be challenging, but mentally there's a different element to mental. That, if somebody's going through dementia, it's really hard to reach them because, and thank goodness I haven't gotten to it, but I saw what that looks like. And it's kind of hard to figure, your mom raised you, right? Brought you into this world, and she kind of thinks of you as a sister or somebody else, not your child, not the child, right? So that's mentally like, damn, like I'm literally seeing this person deteriorate. And that mental plays a lot. I want to say mental might be a little more stronger than physical because your mind wields your body. I saw my grandmother up to the age of 91, still with no assistance, get in the shower by herself, fix her food, move around, move about with no assistance. Even up until I didn't get to see her on her very last day, but she was still sharp as a tack. But her body couldn't do anything but just lay there. So I want to say that mental outweighs the physical a little bit because you can definitely wheel your mind to, listen, we got to move this body part, we got to move that body part, right? But the physical, like if you don't, it's all, yes, it's involuntary if you want to get all scientific and all that, yes. But I feel like the mental is a little more detrimental because it plays a part in everything. You can kind of block out some things, right? Physically, you might get hurt, right? But think about somebody who's gotten into some type of accident and the adrenaline kicks in. They don't realize that they've been stabbed, shot, or whatever. We hear these stories that somebody moves and doesn't even realize they're running around and they don't realize they've been physically, right? Because the mind is still moving in a different speed. So, yeah. So basically, yeah, be there for your partner. All right. This could be a marriage. This could be a married couple. It doesn't necessarily have to be legally. You could be, with your partner. They could be going through some mental things, or you're going through it, and you need that support. Okay. Let them know. All right. Okay. Maybach's in the building. Salute. Okay. So let's go ahead. So this is collective, the romance reading. All right. What was that? That shot out. Honeymoon again. So yeah. Somebody needs to go away. We got deception. All right. Middle of the deck, and unrequited love. Bottom of the deck. That's what I'm saying. So with that deception card there, that's that's that mental thing, because somebody, again, you're walking around here so strong that nobody really understands or knows what you're going through because you're putting up this. Hold on, let me get the card. Where is you? Deception. Because you're putting up this mask, if you will. I got it. I can do it. Women too. This is not specifically for men. This could be women as well. I got it. I can do it. We're the mothers. We got everything. We can do this. We can do that. Somebody really needs to take a break. So we got this unrequited love here. It's only because if you're not getting the support from your partner, it could make you detest them. Like, that's all we need is somebody, in our support system. I forgot who I was telling that to, but I'm like, let me tell you something. You really need a support system. I don't care how tough you think you are and how much you think you could do bad by yourself. You need a support team around you to get through some hard times in life. So I really don't want to hear somebody talking about, oh, I'm good by myself, blah, 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 man or female. No. Because at the end of the day, when you're by yourself and you have no other person, family member, or a partner, you're going to lose it. So please put down this mask and talk to somebody. Get help. If you need to take the mini getaway, again, we got this full moon here. So somebody could be really cracking or has started to crack already during this full moon. Like, this might have been maybe their breaking point. All right. And they just need some time alone or away. But maybe, if you can be there for them and go away with them, all right. Or just understand that they need some time and be as supportive as possible without this pushing away. Now, granted, if it's unbearable, all right, this is where you're going to be like, maybe some professional help needs to come in. But if that's not the case, then, I really feel like somebody needs a break. Somebody is doing a little bit too much, at work, or could be at home life. They're just doing a little bit too much, and they are going to snap if they haven't already. And we're in Cancer season now, so still rather. Sage up your house. Get some incense. Light your incense up. Get some air in there. Clear out the energy, because there's a lot of heavy energy going on. Yeah, mask again. Somebody is like, I'm good. I'm all right. Meanwhile, you're dying inside. You're crying inside. Brother Rich Mo is in the building. Salute. My brother Rich Mo. Oh, Love and Loyalty is here too. Got the crew coming through. I got the old school crew coming through. I likes that. The old school crew. All right, so let's see a little bit more with this honeymoon. It says, enjoy the bliss of a holiday time together. All right, let's see what else. But if you have to leave a job, so you might not be able to make a honeymoon getaway or whatever, try to find some type of oasis in your house. Somebody might have to take, some time. I don't know. Go visit family members. I don't know what you can do. Yeah, we got camera and boat, bottom of the deck in reverse. So yeah, definitely needs to get away. All right, so we got ascending and not enough. Preparing for a union, new phase, obstacle. All right, and then we got jealousy, self-sabotage, lack of confidence. So collective, if this is you're gonna have to open up to somebody. If it's not your partner, you really need to talk to somebody. I feel like you got a lot of weight on your shoulders, you got a lot of burden, and you feel like you may not have anybody to talk to. You may feel alone and isolated, right? Like nobody's gonna understand the plight that you're on or you're going through. You could be going through a spiritual ascension, a spiritual awakening that not everybody's going to understand. That they're going to be like, what the hell, what's going on? Your loved one, your partner might not even understand this, which can bring this jealousy or this kind of like sabotage where they're not understanding. But that's because they just don't understand. If you are one that's more intuitive or empathic, they just might not get it. Some may say that those type of people could be borderline crazy. There's this stigma with mental health and somebody having special spiritual psychic gifts. Then that means you need to open up and explain to these people what's going on with you so that they understand. They're not a mind reader. You might be the mind reader, but they're not. Or they may be the mind reader and you're not. And so if you notice that something's going on or they're being more recluse or closed in, offer to be an ear for this person. Or you need to open up to somebody and let them know, hey, look, I don't know, there's some weird stuff going on with me. We're having the ascension symptoms. Somebody could be getting, frequent headaches. All right. That's part of the ascension. Neurologically, you can go and get tested and see what's going on. But after a while, the doctors are going to be like, we don't know what's really going on here. And that's when the supernatural takes place. And that's where the science versus, spirit, they can't explain it all. But that's when the supernatural takes over, because you can't explain that. But I'm here to help you to do that, because I've been going through that for the past couple of years now. So I'm grateful that I have a support team. Where's the team? I don't know where the team is, but I got the support team. Thank goodness, that understand. And the more that I talk to them about my spiritual encounters or whatever it is that I'm going through, they're like, all right, we get it. So you're not going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. There is some stuff. They may not understand it completely, but if you can explain to them, hey, look, this is, whatever it is, however you need to explain it to them, please, because then you'll feel like they're not giving you this love and affection back, or they're not understanding, but it's probably because you don't know how to come at them. Just talk. If they're dismissive, then okay, I can't talk to this person. Then find somebody else, because somebody needs to let out some things. They really need to express themselves, just to let off some steam. Somebody's really holding in a lot of emotions back, and it could be because somebody may feel, big boys don't cry, big girls don't cry. No, damn it, this is not the time for all that. We're going through an emotional period. The world is crying. This is not a time to sit there and be like, oh, I'm tough and da 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 da. No. You're going to need to release this energy so you can move on and feel better. You hold all this stuff and it's going to be a wrap. All right, let's move on to this last romance here, the Spirit Oracle. Wait, I did have it upside. And did I take the Wisdom Oracle now? No, I didn't. I sure didn't. All right. Yeah, we got clarity here as soon as I crack open the deck. Yeah, so you got to make it clear to somebody what's going on with you. The job is stressing me out. I can't take it anymore. I thought I could do it. You might feel like you're a failure if you have to bail out on your job because you're the support system to your house. You have to let your people know in the household, listen, this is really getting me down. I really need help. Don't be too proud to ask for help. That's what my grandmother always told me. Don't be too proud. All right. Yeah, we got power here. So Leo season is going to help shake us up, get us, kind of out of this emotional state. All right. But I said it's fire and water energy. So you're going to feel emotional in Leo season too, but it's a different type of emotion. It's a different type. All right. Leos, geez, they're no joke either. I got a lot of Leo energy in me as well. So I know. Oof. I'm ready to burn it all down sometime. Burn it all down. So it can be built back up. Right? Because that's what fires do. They burn stuff down and you build the foundation back up. All right, so let's get a oracle for the collective here. trust. Trust. Hey, I just said that in so many words. And then we got bond here in reverse because somebody feels like I can't talk to my boo. I can't talk to my partner. They don't get it. They don't understand what I'm going through. Or you don't want to feel like you're a failure in your marriage because the relationship, this is more externally. I'm not getting so much that this is that it's more of a relationship problem. I'm getting it's external. So whatever's going on the outside of your relationship, right? I.e. work, i.e. having to do, responsibilities. You could be taking care of a parent who is in the nursing home or something, and that spouse doesn't really understand the stress that you're going through because they've probably never been through that. That's a stressor. If you're the child that has to take care of this ailing parent or the parent who's, in the nursing home or dementia or something like that, please speak to your spouse or your partner and just let them know, listen, I need a break. I got to take a little time off. Maybe they can help, delegate some other responsibilities on them because you need help, but trust the situation. And if they can't help you, please ask somebody else to help you out. All right. The card says here, we need to have trust in a relationship in order for it to flourish. And here we got this flower here. Flourish. But I just said sometimes you got to burn it down so it can flourish. So you might have to get riled up with somebody, and tell them like, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, not all the time. Sometimes the conversation can become a screaming match so you can get your point across. It may sound rough, but if you can have a calm, civil conversation, that is best. All right, let's wrap up the reading and get a wisdom oracle, which I didn't pull, so I gotta go grab it really quickly. Okay, let's get a wisdom oracle here. I want to also get an angel oracle too, because if there's somebody who has a family member that is that has recently transitioned, I want to get an angel message for you as well. Okay, hold on a second. All right, let me get an angel oracle. Ooh. All right, so I'm going to be using two decks. I'm going to be using the Angel Oracle and the Wisdom Oracle. I'm only doing the Angel Oracle, like I said, because I felt, whoever there's a person that's transitioned to get some angel reassurance and just closure in a sense. I mean, you could never really get complete closure when somebody passes, but I just needed to get that deck out. All right, so let me cleanse out my hands real quick. Okay. And again, also, if anybody's interested in a personal reading, they can go to my website. There's a link or you click the button in the up in the top hand right of my banner. You can get in and do a website there. Otherwise, the description of where to go to my website is in the pin. Okay. Yeah. What I want to do. Yeah, the angels want you to know that this is somebody who, this is not even the angel deck. I'm using the wisdom deck. So this is specifically for somebody who has somebody that just recently transitioned. No, again, we got higher power here that they had a beautiful transition, regardless of the lack of care or the malpractice that's going on. It was their time, and it could be a young elder. Doesn't necessarily have to be somebody who's in their 90s, but where you're like, yeah, they still had more time. Like, why? Just know that it was their time, but they transitioned. I want to say beautifully, but their angel was there to guide them. or whoever was there to receive them on the other end, they went peacefully. Yeah, we got chaos and conflict right underneath that. So number 4. So they could have transitioned July 4th. All right. Yeah, we got Y here. So again, this person could be a elder who is not, so anyone from 60 to 70 or 80 years old, where, relatively, if there's somebody like 60 something years old, like, yeah, you would still want them to be around. But if they have transitioned, it was their time. All right, so let's get a wisdom for the collective, please. Okay, so we got thinker. In between that, we got new life. All right. So, and we got unfinished symphony in reverse. All right. So somebody's deceased one is definitely wanting to let you know, uh, not to worry. This person's life could have been relatively cut short, but they were an elder. So I'm not trying to rhyme or reason it, but because listen, I was like, my grandmother was 91. I'm like, she could have still been here till she's 95. Like, she's still, like, all right. But this, their time was here long enough, or whatever, or they did what they needed to do or could have done in their life. Your card is the thinker, number 44. All right, so this could be somebody who, if this is somebody younger, wow, that's pretty. So here's the other thing. This death is going to bring a life in. So next year, there's going to be a baby coming through. All right. But this person also, oh, it's going to make me so like emotional again. They had a beautiful transition. I cannot say it any more clearly. Okay. And this person may not be religious, but when they were received, the heavens sang for this person. Oh. The heavens sang for this person. So you could be thinking, their time was cut short. Why did this happen? All this stuff is going to start taking place because that's a process of grief. But this person was a very intelligent person. They had what you call a beautiful mind. And if you should watch that movie with Russell Crowe, because that's what I'm getting. This person could have been an artist, a musician. All right, this is a soulmate in reverse. Okay, so this could be you. Now listen, again, remember, soulmates don't necessarily have to be romantic. Because my soulmate, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I'm about to cry more because my grandmother's birthday is next month. And that is one of my soulmates. She's my earth. So a part of me died when she died. And I'm getting that this is what somebody's going through. This person was like this with them. Thick as thieves. You could talk to this person and they can talk to you. You have that type of relationship. But I'm getting that this person had a beautiful mind, where they could have gone mad, as they say, and had probably battled mental issues almost all their life or their adult life. this also could be a suicide. So that's why they're not, it's not an elder. 44, listen, I'm 46, so I could be technically considered a young elder, right? So I feel like this person went mad. So if they didn't take their life, they were battling stuff in and out of hospitals, clinics. But I want you to know that this person was received. This person was received in such a way. It was a beautiful transition, and they were received by their angel, and it was their time, even if they were 44 or 64, 74, 84. It was their time. We got 10 here. Yeah, a cycle had to end. So this person could have actually taken their life only because their mind, it's like they were okay, so they work burnt them out, relationships burnt them out. This person was like one of those beautiful minds, like they were so super smart, and you can't really talk to somebody like that because their IQ is so advanced. They might have a problem talking to somebody like the average Joe because their mind is so, that's what I'm saying. Watch Beautiful Mind, guys. I give that as a recommendation so you understand what this reading is about. Because this is so left field, and I so was not expecting that. But lately, my readings have been so left field because they're like, yeah, you can talk about relationships and all that stuff, but we're going to talk about the real things, predictions. And I'm like, oh, but yeah, this person is a beautiful mind. So they could have been gifted, artistic, musically inclined. And people generally who have this, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. And the world cannot take them in because the world is like here and they're up here with that higher. Remember, I just showed you the higher power card. But you have some decisions to make also, because if that's not the case and you're the one kind of going through this mental needing some time out, then that's what you need to do. But please express to somebody that this is what you need. All right. That you need to have the support. You need to have the mental, time off from work, take some vacation time. If that's what, if you're working, if you can afford it, right. Or if you can not afford to leave your job, but you're going to have to sacrifice, then that's the other thing that you need to do. Okay. All right. All right, so let's get the angel. Yeah, change of wind here, right on the top. All right. So let's get your angel card. I'm using the angel oracle, and then we're going to be finished the reading. Okay. I don't want to keep being emotional now. That's damn cancers. Damn cancers, y'all so emotional. I get so emotional, baby. Yay. Can it be Leo season already? I cannot. I thrive. All right, so we got trust again. All right, trust the process. If this is somebody that has transitioned recently, or if they're on their way to transitioning, trust. Know that it was their time. That's all I can say. Is that it was, even if it didn't look like it, it was their time. So success there. All right. Ooh, sorry. Now, if you're into reincarnation, okay, I just know that when deaths happen, there's always a birth right after that, right? So not necessarily that this person is going to be reincarnated, but this new birth that's coming through, or if you just taking a break, all right? So if you need to leave your job and then something happens where another, because wands have to do with creativity, have to do with new beginnings, all right? So if you have to leave a place of business, employment, know that you're going to be successful. It's a little bumpy road. We all have to go through that, but in the outcome, it's going to be successful. What is the angel message, please? Thank you, sir. Okay. We got forgiveness, all right? And the bottom of the deck is up to you. All right, but it came out in reverse. So what I'm saying is it's up to you. You can hold all this in, or you can let it out and speak to somebody. Here's the forgiveness that kind of puts me in the mind frame of this unrequited love. Like, as much as we might want to be upset with our partner or our loved ones because they don't understand what it is that you're going through, maybe you can't articulate it. And if it's a spiritual situation that's going on, it's even harder to explain to somebody these type of phenomena. You can more or less tell somebody, yeah, I'm stressed out, right? But it's hard to explain to somebody that you can predict certain events without them looking at you like you're crazy. But for me, I thank the heavens above that I have a family and friends that don't question my sanity. That they truly are like, you know what? You might just be special. All right, you're a little off, you're a little kooky, but we get what's going on with you. And they let me be. So have that kind of compassion for your loved one if that's them going through something that they can't really explain, right? Just try to be there for them as best as possible, without being either a crutch or somebody dumping, all right? Because now you're taking on their emotions and their feelings. So you're going to have to set some kind of boundaries and perimeters, but, please be there for them in their weakest moment, all right? And for the person who transitioned that may have taken their own special life, have forgiveness for them. As oh my goodness, that this is like really like I'm getting all this kind of like this is really emotional. I'm reaching. This could be specifically one person. All right. This could have it could have happened already, or this might be an anniversary of somebody who took their life at an early age, that their birthday might have been on the 4th and they were 44, or their birthday was in July, right? They could have been a Cancer, or so this might be an anniversary that's bringing up this feeling, or this is going to happen, or this has happened, all right? As hard as it may seem, because you're like, you know what, why would they do that? There's just some things that they were battling. They themselves could have been going through some spiritual stuff. Like I said, they're not religious, but for some reason, they've been received on this very spiritual level, as if they were like, I'm like trumpets are blowing, like music is blowing for this person. So they got the warm welcome. So I want you to know that. And so it may be hard for you to rationalize your brain around it and saying, why did they do that? Have compassion, because in order for them to keep ascending, And in order for right, it's up to you. Yeah, and then we got let go right underneath that. It's hard. It's hard if somebody has taken their own and oh shit. Okay. It's my girlfriend. It's my best friend. She also had her child. Not her child didn't do that, but her child transitioned. The anniversary is this month, and oh, all right. So her daughter's reaching me. Okay, she was in her 20s, and she was under the care of somebody else. So okay, all right, baby Kaya, I got you, mama. I got you, mama. So this is even more personal. Just have forgiveness for these people because they need that release so that they can keep flowing in their spiritual ascension. All right. And when we hold that grudge and we hold that guilt and we hold that hate towards them, it's hard for them to flourish. So we need to have this kind of compassion for them to keep excelling. But they're in the right place. They're in a good place, as they say. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to, oh, Theron's in the building. Salute, salute. I'm going to read your comments really quickly because I was channeling and, you know, that really was because they really want me to get it cracking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that channeling. All right, let me decompress. My baby girl was coming through. Oh my goodness. She transitioned July 11th. And she was 24. Yeah. So no, that's a child. So 24. Remember, I said 4. So and she was 24 when she transitioned. So all right. So she's coming to me like, please tell my mama that it's all right. Please let my mama know. And her mother is me and her mama like that's my sister from another mister for real. All right, so thank you. All right, everybody, collective spirits, angels, ancestors, and the loved one who came through. So let me go ahead and read into my comments. Salute to Cosmology Bay was here. Uh-oh. Oh, love and loyalty. Oh no. Buddha was in the building. Richmo, I definitely know you need a vacation, sir. Yeah. You're one of those that's running. You and Big Cat, y'all are like running that grind for real, for real. I feel that energy for sure. My Lotus, yeah, I know you too, because you've been having a lot on your shoulders. All right, let's see. Let's go back. Wow, there's a lot of people that came through. Okay, so I saw JBJ. All right, so the last message I saw was Kenny. Kitty Boo. I love it. Kitty Boo. All right, we saw paralegals. Yes. Thank you, Lotus. I definitely saw the old schoolers up in here. um, yeah, like a real vacation. Like I feel you, my brother Rich. Like a real vacation, not just let me walk to the pond and. That's all I was saying. I was talking to my another one of my old schoolers from like back to like childhood. Like this is like a brother to me, and he was like, "I need a vacation." I'm but like a real like a real honeymoon, a real vacation, like get away. It's cool to go like step outside and get some air and like refresh your mind for a second, but like to really go away, like I think a lot of us need that. It's just, money. That sounds crazy. I don't give a damn. Voodoo. It's my prerogative. Mm. Oh, Lotus, really? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, and that's young. Like, like six, even though that's like elder, but it's still young enough where they're like, they still got a lot of life ahead of them. Oh, my goodness. Oh, has she, Lotus? Okay. You said she's been showing up. Is that the one we connected with too with a reading? Because I think because you got a lot of powerful. You and Pink got some powerful people on the other side that really just be like, "I'm here, I'm here." Like, okay, okay. Maybach. That's what I want. A soulmate, not a wife in English terms. Yeah, like somebody said yesterday that we were talking. And it was a guy, and he was like, "I don't want a partner," and I'm just like, but he broke it like in a business aspect. And when I got married, I didn't, it never was business for me, only because we weren't this high value people. So when we got married, we literally, our wedding was a $3,000 wedding. I mean, it was really on a budget bootleg. The church ladies cooked, my stepmother cooked, uh me and my husband chipped in and put our money, like we all pooled together. It wasn't this, we didn't have the $60,000 wedding that some of us do all this shits and giggles for, and y'all are divorced in 10 years. um my son's 24, my daughter's, so we've been together for she's 29, 27 years, but married for 25. But in that whole time, there's been shit that's happened. It's been some Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston type stuff, minus the cocaine. So, but we still try to make it happen. But what I'm saying is that we get caught up in this money, in the typical what they call white man's world, and we see the value, and it's like, that's, listen, at the end of the day, I, like my grandmother used to say, all I would like is for somebody to bring me my cup of tea in the morning. You want to have somebody you can talk to at the end of the day. Sometimes they get on our nerves, and yes, you're like, please go sit somewhere, get out of my face, and all this other good stuff. But when you have some joys in your life and you want to share it, and you need to share it, and you're sitting there by yourself because you're like, it's that partnership. And yes, while they say marriage is a business and so forth and so on, I'm going to tell you this. I didn't get married for love, and I didn't get married for finances. It really was. I married my best friend. Like, that's my people's. Regardless of how crazy and cuckoo and not, and just, you name it, you could think it in a relationship, that's still my best friend at the end of the day. And with all the stuff that's happened in our lives, the important things, like when I had to go help my grandmother, as her health started to decline, and we were going through some things, he said, you know what? I got the kids. You go do that. You take care of her. Because I'm the eldest grandchild, but I'm the closest logistically and, emotionally as well. So you got to put your beefs down when real things, when certain situations take a rise in family, where you're going to be like, you know what? I got to chalk this up. I'm really pissed off at you right now, but I really need you. Like, I need you to handle this, especially if you have children. I need you to take care of this so I can go take care of that. That's where the partnership comes in. The money, hey, you know what? It's great if you can have the 6 figures and take care of each other and whoop-de-whoop and go on these like lavish vacations and all this good stuff. But as I told my mother today, you waking up is life alone. Yeah, we need a vacation. Yeah, we want to go to the tropics. But you just getting up in the morning, you're living your life. Because there's people that are not, that they can't, they don't know what that is. So we have to kind of get out of this. I get the whole, Mr. Samuels and the whole high value, because there are some delusional people out here. But they're looking at through the rose-colored lenses of somebody else's ideas of what a high-value person is. To me, value is not money, although that's what that if we go into the Oxford Dictionary, that could be what it means. But there's moral values, right? Spiritual values and financial values. This person could have making 6, 7 figures, but be a complete douchebag or a demon walking around in the shell. There's no value there. So again, you want to choose and pick your battles. Now, yes, again, we would like to have people with money that we're coming into, and we don't want to have this struggle love. I don't know anything other than struggle love. Like, my great-grandparents had the struggle love. They made it. They got their finances together. They left Jamaica and came to the States. My grandparents, they worked, but they when they had children, it's the kids were doing family stuff. And when I say struggle love, it's still just they weren't 6 figure. All my family members are blue collared people. They're not white collared, making the 6, 7 figures. So when I say struggle love, I'm not talking about like really destitute. I'm talking about like pooling together. Like it's always kind of this like struggle to get to the next level, and then we can breathe a little bit, and then we got to struggle again. So, and then I'm carrying that. So I don't know nothing else. I don't know what they're talking about with the high value stuff, because my spirit alone, my body, me being here is value enough. My life is worth value. That money, as again, whoever's going through this, working to the grinds, the wheels fall off and all this money situation, that shit can go. And then what? And what? So yes, Maybach, I hear you. I'd rather that soulmate, that partner, that friend that I can talk to, that I can cry on, that I can release whatever it is, and them accept me and receive what I'm saying, than this whole materialistic, let me get Dick Gregory on you now. Just gets on my nerves. And then I'm coming from my thought process is different from the millennials. So they're going through that. I'm coming from that Gen X and the boomers where we struggled. We made the shit work. And we weren't looking. Some of us were, but some of us, for the most part, was like, we're going to make this work until the wheels fall off. The hoopties. I'm coming from the hoopty love, not the brand new. The hoopties. You're always fixing up that hoopty. All right, so we got Maybach here. Oh, wow, Lotus. So Lotus is confirming some things in the chat for me, correlating with this reading. I appreciate that. Antog was in the building. Salute, Antog. Yeah, the old school crew is in here. I love it. I hear you, Lotus. Okay. Not a bill. Yeah, but I mean, people, I might be the exception to the rule with the marriage thing. Like, first of all, I wasn't trying to get married, but I was like, listen, I got a kid. I'm going to have to, make this look legit, make this morally right. Instead of trying to get boyfriends I was like, listen. But I so happened to just luck out and have somebody that was really a friend. Like, and people couldn't understand that. Like, some people still can't understand that. They're like, what is it? Like, that's my friend. Do you know what a friend is? Maybe you don't have friends. Maybe it's just sexual. And you think that's a friend because they piping you down good. I'm being a little vulgar right now because this kind of conversation gets me a little myth, but that's probably because I'm coming from a different era. But some of these younger people say they want that 1950s, 60s, that lifestyle. And I'm like, listen, they weren't all just staying at home. It's a misnomer about that. So you might be looking for something that today's modern woman or modern girl they're not raised that way. You got a lot of young grandmothers who are out here really trying to live their life. So they're not teaching their daughters how to be that domesticated woman that you as a man might be looking for. So I don't know where you're going to find all that at. And that's probably why they're having such a hard time, because they're seeing a lot of young ladies that are just so in competition with them, or they're like, I don't want you or need you at all. You're just good for this, that, and the third. That it's putting a damper on a relationship because of this type of, emotions or feelings. So, while I have an adult daughter and a teenage daughter, I give them my school of hard knocks so that they'll always be humble and they're not going to look for somebody to take care of them, though they wouldn't mind having this partnership and friendship with the male counterpart. It'd be a disservice to us mothers if we teaching our daughters, if we're out here being, you want to go hang out with your daughter at the clubs. I don't do that. I really separate myself from my daughter's life. She's going to be 30, so I could technically hang out. That's her life. I'm going to live my life when my little one gets older, and then I'm going to be like, all right, Stella got her groove back. But not like that. I'm just saying that I will have a moment then to recollect myself, because I'm still young enough and I had my children at a young age that I can be this young mom, but have them that they're adults already and live so-called my life. But you're sitting out here trying to compete with your daughter's boyfriends and you trying to do all this stuff. Yeah, no wonder why some of these men out here, the younger men, are like, damn, is there any hope for us? Because I'm competing with somebody who may make more money than me. I want somebody who's subservient to me or submissive. Yeah, it's a hard spot for you guys. I kind of feel your pain. Thank you, Maybach. Oh, pink. See, that's your best friend. Yeah. Marriagenomics. FL is in the building. Salute. Thank you. Been here just in the cut. Yeah, my bad. I was just channeling and I didn't get to see you guys. But I'm taking my time now. I'm taking it a little slow. All right. What you laughing at? What are you laughing at? Voodoo's become my opposition now. He's like, nah, I don't know about all that, Foxy. Listen, I'm not built for everybody. I was talking to a younger person yesterday, a younger guy who's in his 30s, and he's telling me about how the relationship scene is looking, and he's 34, and he's like, he was disagreeing with me, and he's like, well, your problem is, and I'm like, it's not so much my problem. It's just that I'm coming from a different, the 24-year-old self, or even the 34-year-old self, me. I don't know. I feel that we're in this weird place where this money thing, and even though it's always been there, but it's so much in your face right now. You see, because now I want to sound like an old person, but back in my days, in my time, the computers were just being built. 84. You know what I'm saying? Now a 2-year-old has a tablet, or they're grabbing their parents' phone or whatever. So it's a different era and a shift that we had to use a lot of critical thinking. We were all more so, especially, and then he's coming from, like, he's talking from the South perspective, and I'm coming from New York's perspective. And the Northerners, we move fast. The South has always been the slow pace. We'll take our time. We'll do things a little easier, less stressful. Doesn't mean it's not stress, but it's like New Yorkers, Jersey, Connecticut, Philly, Boston. We moving like everything's go 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 go. So we're almost living on not a fear base, but we're living in that root chakra. Everything is kind of like it is like fight or flight, especially in New York City. It's that type of energy. So while I'm listening to his not gripes, but I'm listening to him express himself as far as like in relationships and what's going on and I'm out of the loop. But I have 2 adult children not too far removed from him. So I'm listening to what he's saying, but he's still like, nah, this is what's wrong with you. And I'm just like, dude, I am 10 years older than you. So yeah, while you were just being born, I was literally running in the streets, having fun till the lights came on. So yeah, I'm a little removed from you. So my thought of thinking and where geographically where I live might play a part in my way of thinking. So I can't say what it's looking like down south and how the girls are moving down there. I can only see what I see on social media, and social media shows me a lot of. They show me more of the stallions and the Kardashian kind of look than they're really showing me of a me or a Pink or a Lotus, where it's like really authentic. There's a lot more fugazinism going on here. A lot of deception. Where's that mask? So you're seeing, I'm seeing this. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for y'all in the dating world. Like, it is really tough because social media is making things go lightning fast, and it's like hard to really kind of get to know somebody as, like, say in 1996, where it's like you really had to, like, let's meet up, let's talk, face to face kind of thing, get to know this person. Not to say that you can't do it now, but it's more virtual than anything. I think just the older people are like really going to clubs and stuff. Like, the young kids are doing it too, but they're not really on some, I don't know. Because I got a 24-year-old son, so he has a girlfriend, but he tells me, like, Ma, these girls out here are wild. I'm like, Right? Pink lipstick. Okay. What is this? Sephora. What's that company's name? Not that I belong to any of these companies, but yeah, Sephora. But yeah, you're authentic. So it's kind of hard for men to weed out, because it's more women that are projecting. I'm not going to say that the guys are not projecting themselves like this kind of fake fugazi kind of thing, but it's really a lot of women, and there's older women that are trying to look like the younger women, and there's the younger women that are just like, we don't give a F, and we're just letting it all hang out, and we're doing whatever. Ooh, yeah, I really, I'm going to be a hermit. I'm going to Tibet, so um, FL says what? Yeah. To anybody who's transitioned over, definitely that love and light to them, to the families, because that's a tough one there, especially if they were young and they transition. It's kind of like you battle that, like, why, or they should still be here, kind of, thought process. But yeah, man. So we're gonna finish out here. Again, anybody wants a personal reading, they can go to the website and book a reading. Um, I think Wednesday. Yeah, I changed my schedule. Okay, so yeah, you could do that. What else? That's it. We have our planet alignments and stuff like that, so you guys could do the research. Just know that we're in the full moon in Capricorn. It's kind of transitioning over, um, and we'll get ready for next week. Next week is the solar return, so really, yeah, we all got to catch up. We got powwow sessions. Yeah, so much has happened as well here. It's just like, I think it's collectively though. I think a lot, whatever's happening on a greater scale is that energy is shifting within us personally. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I mean, things that you wouldn't expect happen. So definitely a big time energy shift. Um, but again, like I said, I don't want to be fear mongering. I don't want to put the doom and gloom in what it is. But like I said, pay attention to Sri Lanka. If anybody's living in the Gulf section, Tallahassee, Florida, the Carolinas, Alabama, and stuff, please get your preparations, get your candles, get your flashlight. I'm sure y'all know what to do. That was what I channeled a couple of weeks ago, because that's going to be a big storm. There's going to be a lot of flooding, is what I was getting, is a lot of flooding. So your basement homes, you want to check your perimeters around there, check the homes itself, but definitely get your provisions, lights, candles, um, the flashlights, generators, do all that stuff. Do it now so that you don't have to worry about it while it's happening. Pink says, jeez, Pink. I'm telling you, you got some power. I told you this already. You got some powerful people, man. That's all I got to say. Got some powerful people, for sure. Lotus too. Lotus is like, yup. Yeah, some ancestors are definitely, if they were powerhouses in life, chances are, is what I'm getting, that in the afterlife they're powerhouses. Yeah. Uh, mine has definitely let me, uh they showed me some stuff, and I'm just like, what? The ladies, for sure. The ladies in my life. Okay, so Stay ready. Right. There you go. Stay ready so you don't have to be ready. So if you're in the South, all right, Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, please get your provisions. And if you're not there and you know some family members or friends that are there, just kind of say, hey, are you good? Do you got all your stuff? Because they're going to get hit. But it's a lot of like flooding, like I said, flash floods. So it's going to happen like downpours. But they're going to get flooded out. So ask your family or friends if they're all right and stuff like that. Just check in on them and let them know, like, hey, make sure you got your stuff. You don't have to tell them that Foxy said anything. You don't want to spook them out. Just be like, hey, you got your stuff. You good? You're all right. All right. And that's all. Because I spoke to my mom too. She's in Florida. She's like, no, we're not going to get that over there. So, but I'm saying in the Panhandle. So wherever the Gulf, that's where the storm is coming. And I showed y'all earlier. It's in the Gulf area. So it's going to go up through the Gulf into Mississippi, like Jacksonville, like I said, Tallahassee. That whole area over there is going to get soaked. All right, soaked. So just check in on your people's family, friends, see if they're right. John is in the building. Salute, salute. Wait, whoa, what? What did John say? What's the enemies? Your enemies, my enemy. I love me some Tupac. Okay, yes, I know. I'm gonna go off on T-Pain real quick. Don't you dare compare that man, Tupac Amaru Shakur. Brother Rich, he was like, did you see that? Did you hear that? I was all in the chats on Doggy Diamond's thing. I was like, you better not sit here, T-Pain, and talk about my husband from my past life. What now, my cousin? All right, so I guess I have to make this quick because family's like, listen, get the snapping. I was like, listen, T-Pain, for attention. Like, listen, boo boo. They said all you in love is with strippers. Tupac would dance circles around you. Tupac was dancing circles around his own peers. His work ethic. Also, I was like, I don't know what stuff he done smoked that day that he said that. And I think he was talking out of turn. But for him to be like, Tupac, if he was still alive, and it gets me pissed because a lot of these rappers, some of your favorite rappers, like to say sideways stuff out their mouth about this man who's been dead for 25 plus years. But you were sitting there looking soggy and upset and mad because Tupac took some of your thunder away. And what I also want us to remember is that when Tupac transitioned, he was 25. T-Pain wasn't even, he was 11? We have to remember what we were doing when we were 25, when we were 17 to 25. Your favorite rapper, still to this day, and I don't care if they say he's got a lot of money and he's this, that, and the third. You could never, ever have a torch to that man, to Tupac. Ever. Period. And I'm not even talking about his trying to get the people together and stuff like that. That's even separate. I'm talking about just his doing his records, the acting. Listen. That's why I was like, please do not. I don't. Brother Rich had me kind of. I was like in the chat like this in the text. When they started talking about like, oh, somebody was trying to really come after Pac, and I was like, mm-mm. How old are you? Because chances are, yeah, you're nowhere near a Pac. I was nowhere near the way Pac was thinking at that age. So can you imagine? Like he did all this in what, a span of 5 years, 6 years? And then wanting to merge. And what I was telling to somebody yesterday was the only reason why he donned the bandanas was because he couldn't keep going with the Black Power, because a lot of brothers and sisters are not on that, especially the guys, because that's who he was reaching, was the young Black males. And he knew there's more thug life out there than there are how his stepfather and his mother are. So he had to put the bandana on and put on this persona so that I can reach my young Black youth. And sure enough, more dudes was like, yeah, Pac is talking about that thug life, but he's telling you it's not a thug. I don't want you to be a thug. But he used that so he can. That's what I'm saying. That y'all don't understand that man was that's a beautiful mind. And yeah, he was a little sideways and saying stuff crazy and what have you. But again, that's the youth in him. He started evolving just as he was gunned down. He would have been a beast. You let that man rocked out. He definitely would have been picking up where his mother and his stepfather, and that's why they put him down, because they know who he is. And even though Pac was like, I'm not about that life, that is his life. He knew that was his mission, is to merge the youth together, the kids together, the Black men. But Hoover said, there is no rise of a Black Messiah. So anybody trying to really talk sideways about Pac, I'm like, you better shut up and go sit down. Shut up and go sit down. Because what have you done? You're talking about strippers and mollies and this and the third. And even though Pac it was a persona, because his real agenda was merging and being stronger in numbers. But they get so caught up in the illusion of things that they're like, oh, but he was, he was wearing this and he was doing that and whoop-de-whoop. He had an agenda, and that agenda was for the young Black youth, period. Especially for the men. Because he understood what it took to be a leader and a shepherd in the community. He knows that the men are the guard of the community. They protect the women and children. Stop it. Stop. T-Pain. Stop. Please. Your favorite rapper is not doing that. Never did that. They talked about the drugs and stuff. Pac is talking about, please pick your head up. And yes, he talked about other stuff, but I knew what he really was about. If you know who Pac was about, you know what he's about. You know his family, and you know what's going on. That's it. That's all you need to know. And why they had to dismantle everybody and everything is bigger than him. But these little sideways rappers and so-and-sos they'll never be. And thank goodness. Y'all got caught up on the bishop role. Y'all got caught up in the juice role. And you took him as that's him. And then some people turned it around and was like, oh, he's a little fairy. He was doing ballet and he's this and that. And I'm like, I remember going to ballet school and seeing guys. Not a lot, but your football players are doing those type of techniques. The big, brawly, buff dudes are doing ballet steps. How you think they're so nice? They may not do it now. I don't know. But yeah. Does that mean he's less man? That's the problem. That's the problem. We're looking at the image. But old Twinkle Toes Tupac, what did he do in Atlanta? He shot back and was helping an unarmed black man because two white uniformed off-duty police officers was tussling with this unarmed black man. I'll say what you want to say. You and I know what's going on. Payback, I knew you from way back. Yeah. I ride for Pac. For real. Because that's like the epitome of a true soldier in the combat of the jungle, the concrete jungle. And that's what I grew up. He grew up in the Bronx. So I completely get his mind frame. He was born in Harlem, but grew up in the Bronx up until the age of 15, 16. So he had all his developmental ages in the Bronx. It wasn't until he was a teenager where he moved out, but his mind was groomed in the Bronx by some heavy hitters. I'm like, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. And it's like I can talk about it and then they'll still like rebuttal it. And I'm just like, all I can say is remember when you were 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then throw that on top of some political parents. You don't know what that's like. So you can't sit here and say anything about this dead man. Because you're looking at a persona, the high value person. You're looking at that. And you're missing the mark of who this person really is or what they're about. So I'm like, T-Pain, please have several seats back. Thank you, FL. Haters are going to hate. And that's the other thing. Like, he hasn't made any songs. And he's like a character rapper. He's like a character, He can't really stand alone by himself. So for him, and he probably was drinking when he said that. So it's like, whatever. That's how you feel. But, a lot of people always put Pac in their mouth to give them some clout or something. Somebody always got a story. And it's like, man, please don't do it. Like, I'm glad that Boosie stood up and said what he said because he's absolutely correct. Brother Bliss stood up and said the same. Like, you gotta know the mindset. And even if you don't know Pac personally, he still showed you who he was, regardless of he was talking about the biatches or, I'm like, I know who he's talking about. I didn't take it personal. But he's so versatile and he gravitated to everybody. Mothers, fathers, little boys, little girls, teenagers. He wasn't you couldn't put Pac into one category. The T-Pain is auto-tune. and got sad because Usher told him you're garbage, and his favorite rapper was like deaf to that. All I gotta say is go listen to Hit 'Em Up. That's all I gotta say. Listen to Tupac's Hit 'Em Up. He's gonna tell you all about your peoples. And even though he was squashing that and was like, look, we're gonna merge together, we're gonna do this Death Coast Death Row East. That's when they pulled the plug. Because they were like, oh, whoa, he's coming back over here and he's gonna merge. He's got to go. He's the problem. They've been literally watching this man since he was in his mother's stomach. Can you imagine that? That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't have any idea. And when you can remove yourself and put yourself into that person, that's when we can talk. But if you're looking on the outside, I'm like, do you know that man was watched? Literally watched. All right. Literally watched from his mother's womb to see if he's going to be a problem, to see if he's going to start up some stuff that the government was trying to shut down. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like to be a target. That man was a moving target. Moving target. And when he started talking and getting out there when he was 17 and he moved to California, that's when he caught their radar. And ever since then, it's been a wrap. So that's why I'm like, please don't talk to me about some Tupac and saying something sideways about him. Because you will never know what it's like to be a target in your mama's womb. I don't know. But I can only surmise the stress. He says, I see death around the corner. Gotta stay high. In the city where the skinny niggas die. If they bury me as a G. Come on. What? He literally had to really be looking over his shoulders. Not from his peers, but from the alphabet stew. He's not thinking about these peons out here. Like, he's like, I will dust you. He's worried about the big boys. Like, I really gotta look over my shoulders. That's why I'm like, then talk to me. Then what happens, T-Pain? What else, Pain? What else, Pain? Talk to me. Because this man was really fighting for his life. And he was that, I'm not going to show you, but if I show you, then I'm riled up, and then I talk about it, now y'all think I'm bugging. People are like, oh, Pac's up, he's going crazy again. What is he saying now? That's what I'm talking about in the reading. That's what that beautiful mind is like. That man's so intelligent that not everybody could get what he's saying. Not everybody understood what he was going through, because not most people were going through that. None of his peers, except for maybe Gaddafi, could really understand what it's like to have the type of parents that they have and the upbringing that they have. But everybody else around him was like regular schmoes, living, on a kind of average life. They didn't have no Panther life. They didn't have that type of environment where it was kind of, while it was loving, it was hostile and volatile, because these people are literally fighting for their people, but having to protect themselves against the very system that they're trying to work with or even probably work against. And that's a problem. Pac had nobody else other than, I would say, Gaddafi, that could really understand the life. So yeah, Pac had to kind of dumb it down a little bit. So dumbing it down made it look like he's a thug and a gangster. That man was not that at all. He's highly intelligent. He'd read books, circles around some of you people, including myself. That man was an avid reader. His mind is dangerous. His mind alone is a weapon. His mind alone is a weapon. It's too much for the alphabet stew that they're like, oh no, oh no. That young man, he's got to go. He got to go. They're still trying to get his auntie. His stepfather's still locked up. I sent out a little donation to the family. And maybe I shouldn't say that because they might be coming after me. But whatever. He's literally dying in jail. And the man is about 70-something years old. But as long as he's breathing, he's a threat. As long as he's breathing, he's a threat. Because of this, his mind. But he's very sick. And they still have him locked up. Mumia Jamal, same scenario. Still locked up in Philly. The Mind, that's why I said, y'all, if y'all can watch A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe, you will understand that there's some people that are super intelligent. And you can't comprehend their mentality. You'll think they're crazy while they're thinking, nah, y'all are crazy. Because their IQ is so far up that I can only imagine what Pac was thinking about. I can only imagine. And even that, there's still a room for some gray area because I really, to live that as such a young life, you're always being on this fight or flight. You're always looking on over your shoulders, not on your peers, but for something bigger than you that you know that could problematically take you out. They silenced him, locked him up. He said, I'm going to die in here. This is what they're doing to me. People were laughing at him like, oh, he's fruity. Oh, he making up, oh, he got the hard R in there. He's telling you, I got assaulted. And what they're doing to me is borderline the hard R. And his peers were laughing at him. His peers were like, other people were laughing at him. And I'm like, wow. My heart hurts for that young man because he was a young man. Like my son is going to be that age. Like he's telling y'all they're going to do something to me. I got to get out. And for whatever reason, whoever was holding their hands tied to not getting him out fast enough, and he said it. I don't really want to go there, but I got to get out because this fight or flight, and I can't beat these people in here. They had him on solitary confinement, which means they had him in the hole in a maximum prison. They took him from a county, which would be kind of considered a county jail in New York City, all the way up, away from everybody, in a maximum security prison, in solitary confinement. For what? And all that they got him was for just touching. Allegedly. Because that's even that whole story is, to me, set up to get him. Because they were trying to get him one way or another because they know who he is. He said, they trying to do this to me. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. He was like really literally gasping for air. He took the first thing smoking, was like, listen, we'll take care of you. And he knew, he was like, I'm dancing with the devil. But my life is more important right now. I put my cards away. When your mental starts, when people are messing with your mental, it doesn't matter with all the money in the world. You really literally will find a way out. Sometimes it might not be while it looks like a good opportunity, might not be a good opportunity in the long run. But your mind state is at ease. He was at ease when he left, and he went straight into the studio and kept pounding it out. T-Pain, I'm going to wait. I'm listening, T-Pain. What? He might have been a little saucy, so we'll give him that stuff. But I'm like, please don't say nothing reckless about this man. Like, please. People don't really believe. Yeah, FL. That's the big homie. That's all he wanted to do was just reach the youth, because he knows that that's where the future is. He's not worried about his peers. He's not into all that stuff. He felt a certain, and then they're like, oh, well, the whole Biggie thing, blah, 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 blah. Listen, that was his brother. He didn't understand certain things because and he's a Gemini. Their logic, a Libra's a logic person, Gemini's and Aquarius. Their emotions will get suppressed because they're thinking logically. And so they're like, this all looks shaky. This all looks suspect. Until he had to sit with some of his feelings and was like, but he's like, that's with my brother. And they had their own back and forth. Supposedly, Big was like, listen, who you hanging out with is whoop-de-whoop. But Pac, listen, his agenda was so far greater than the little small things. And I don't like to compare Biggie with Pac because I actually see they're actually more similar than they are different. The only thing is that like lyrically or in some ways mentally, but like Pac he had to keep moving while Big was kind of like caught up in his own trying to get up there and dealing with who he was dealing with. Pac is like, I gotta keep moving because it really, maybe he knew his time. Like he knew his numbers were up. He just didn't know when, and he had to fulfill out his prophecy to keep it moving. He had to fill out his prophecy, and that's why he couldn't stay stagnant and stay into all that. But he felt hurt, and I'm sure he probably thought about certain things, but he was so far gone with my brother betrayed me. Now, had he been around, I'm sure that they both would have been able to squash it and then build together. But, it divine timing, and everything is divinely in order. It's orchestrated that way. And while that's even like, wow, they took, wow, he was 25. Like, again, this is that somebody leaving at an early age, like, yo, if he was still here, it would be like, it could be this, it could be that. It's that rational thinking that, Pac was gone before his time, But he set such a bar that I haven't seen anybody reach that bar yet. So, but all right, guys. So I got to roll. Thank you for stopping in with me and doing the midweek check-in. Appreciate you all. My Lotus, thank you for holding it down. Yeah, there are a lot of moving parts. Yeah. But yes, my Lotus and everybody that came through. If I missed anybody in the chat, it's not on purpose. I was just, channeling, going through my stuff. Voodoo. I did see Voodoo. Legend is there. Kilumunati. My name is paying homage. This sure is. Sure is. He's my Elvis, all pink. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Illuminati. Yeah, like 59 songs, like easily. It's not, and that's overdoing it. We could do 5 songs and put circles around T-Pain. Listen to Pop look like you can be the Billy Bat. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. He made you feel. He empowered you, is what I want to say, and that's the spirit of Amaru, because he was named after an Incan warrior. So that spirit definitely. He looked kind of, if you will, native, right? His features. He had high structured cheekbones. He had the long elongated nose. And if you look at the ancient civilization, he might be very much so reincarnated. I'm gonna leave it there. He could be that. Um, and so he definitely had a mission. But it wasn't to rile people up, but you can feel his spirit. You can hear him when he's singing to you. His throat chakra was on point, and he channeled, and he not only reached the throat chakra, but he was tapping into your heart chakra, your root chakra, where it made you want to feel a certain kind of way and do. But you never, for me, never made. If anything, Pac was helping me off the ledge. He helped me calm down. Listening to Pac helped me calm down, not amp me up. He was really like a big brother to be like, chill out. Like, like for real. I mean, he didn't make me want to go and do negative, hurt somebody. He made me want to like chill from hurting somebody. He actually did the opposite for me. He was like, listen to this. Keep your head up. I'm telling you, but that Hit 'Em Up song, I was like, ooh, Pac. Shoosh, 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 shoosh. Yeah, most likely a star seed. Yep. Yeah, I could believe. Definitely a star seed. He was definitely here to do something, leave a mark, and he did. And to talk, so he would be considered an ancestor. And to talk ill will against the ancestor, that was nothing but uplifting or trying to uplift people. Like, how dare you? How dare you? Like, blasphemy is what it is. All right, y'all, I gotta go. Peace out. Talk to you on the flip side.